welcome back to 10 Minutes with the Object. This week, we've seen a large streaming online event from Dell Technologies. In their keynote address, they have announced many cloud-based initiatives and services. One particular service I found quite interesting was OneFS being offered inside Google Cloud. For anyone not familiar with OneFS, it's the operating system from Dell Technologies' Isilon scale-out NAS. Millions of people globally have purchased and rely on Isilon for its scalability, performance, and ease of administrations for their on-prem storage. To date, this has exclusively been available in the on-prem domain. OneFS in Google Cloud is not a direct port to Google Cloud hardware. It is Isilon planted inside the Google Cloud data centers globally. As of this recording, Sydney, Singapore, and US East 4 are the launch regions offering the OneFS service. With OneFS and Google announcement, new and existing customers can take advantage of OneFS in GCP and connect their existing on-prem Isilon to support their hybrid cloud storage strategies. This type of service is not unfamiliar when we look across all of the cloud domains. NetApp has done something similar with their filers in Azure, offering a NetApp hardware-based solution called Azure NetApp File. Inside Google Cloud, we also see Penzua offering hybrid file storage, and then there's Google's own services from FileStore and Elastifile. With a range of choices, why would Google Cloud customers want to sign up for OneFS? You might be asking that question yourselves. So, here's some of the reasons that I see people would be looking at OneFS inside the cloud. And first off being for existing customers who have OneFS in Google, now gives them an ecosystem that supports a method of replicating their existing Isilon datasets up and into the cloud that is all supported within the storage system that they already have. For new customers whose businesses rely on cloud-based services, OneFS in Google is going to deliver a tried and true performance and scalability backed by Dell Technologies' Isilon heritage and dominance in the scale-out NAS market. So all customers are going to benefit with a cloud pay-as-you-consume price model, which we're all used to in public clouds these days. Once you have your datasets inside Google Cloud on OneFS, it's a lot easier to leverage the vast array of additional services which Google offers, from deep learning, AI and ML models, just to name a few. ESG, a technology analyst firm, have performed benchmark testings on OneFS inside Google Cloud using IOZone. ESG's findings from their benchmark have set OneFS in Google Cloud at up to 46 times higher max read throughput, up to 56 times higher max write throughput, and up to 500 times higher max file system capacity. All of this sounds great and is something that I think the industry is going to take a look and notice. Now let's take a look at how we can sign up for the OneFS service. Any customer in the world can log into their Google Cloud console, search for OneFS in the Google Marketplace, and request their services to be delivered. This will need to be some involvement with the customer talking with Dell Technologies. Once the formalities have been covered, a dedicated Isilon cluster will be deployed and visible to the customer inside their Google console. The customer will then perform the standard OneFS configurations in terms of creating file shares, securing and protecting the data that will be placed on that storage. All of these configurations to existing Isilon customers will look and feel exactly the same inside Google Cloud. From a billing perspective, OneFS has been integrated into the standard Google billing process, so customers do not have to change how they pay for Google services when leveraging OneFS. From a support and maintenance point of view, it's all covered by an enterprise SLA, and the Isilon hardware will be managed 24/7 by the Google Cloud team and Dell Managed Services. Pricing is based on a 4-tier performance, and all pricing is fixed at their respective tiers per terabyte. Total scale-out capacity is up to 50 petabytes in a single customer cluster. The storage tiers are aimed at recommendations for customers based on design workloads. So let's have a look at the 4 different tiers that are on offer. So we start with tier 1, which is an extreme performance tier. This is generally advised for customers looking to perform deep learning, genomic sequencing, or EDA workflows. Then we look at tier 2, that's being high performance storage, where you could probably look at data lake on Isilon, OneFS, that would support data analytics or predictive data analysis, which you could leverage a lot of the Google-based services from BigQuery through to their AI/ML models that are constantly being trained. Obviously, data from the tier 2 is going to need to be loaded into the respective Google services to gain those benefits, but a data lake based on OneFS inside the Google Cloud is going to be a lot more cost effective and a lot quicker to transfer that data between different services. Then when we look at tier 3, and that's a general performant tier. This is aimed at a general customer from media-centric workloads all the way through to, any sort of general performance requirements that customers might want to have. And then the final tier, tier 4, is a backup and archive tier, where it has been optimized for cheaper per terabyte storage at deep capacities to support backup and archive workloads, where data might be accessed infrequently or rarely. So this week we've seen a great partnership between Google and Dell Technologies. If you like what you hear, I'd encourage you to go to both the Dell Technologies website and Google to read their announcements, understand what this service has to offer, and maybe log into your Google console and check it out. If you are interested or this is of value to you, I would encourage you to check that out and maybe put it to the test, see how that works for you. So thank you for joining me on this episode of 10 Minutes with the Object. As always, if you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button. And if you have any comments or want to start a discussion, put those comments below this video. I'd love to hear your feedback. So thank you for joining.